Where did that start from again? How did we get to that?
I don't remember. It was something that she said, and then I thought that should be her karaoke song.
Oh my God.
I literally can't. Man, it has been a minute. First, I was out of town, then Liv was out of town, then we went to Summit. There's been a whole lot of things that have happened, and now there's 4 of us on here.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
The whole squad.
Whole squad.
Gang's all here?
Gang's all here, guys. Anyway, if you don't already know, we just got back from Summit. So Tom Ferry Summit is our big kind of like team event that we go to every year. Tom Ferry's a coach. If you don't follow Tom Ferry, you should. He's fantastic. Rated #1 coach for like something 8, 9, 10 years in a row by Real Trends in America. So as a real estate coach, he does a lot for us and shares a lot. We went for 4 days. 3 days for the summit. 1 day was just like preparation and fun. And obviously I got a lot out of it, but I'm so curious to hear what you learned, what you would share with other people. What was your big takeaway? Take it away.
Start with
team.
Marissa.
No.
There you go.
Come on, Lashes.
Oh, I don't think it was lashes. It was eyebrows, wasn't it?
No,
both of them.
Oh,
Both of them.
both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't think I've ever talked about this, but I think one thing I did take away from Summit was like top producing agents, like the ones that we were hanging out with and having fun with and like rubbing shoulders with. They're just regular people just like us.
I think about that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, like I'm hanging out with people that do way better than me and they're just regular people like me. You know what I mean?
My favorite is when you're hanging out with somebody that you know, like, damn, oh shit, those shoes, that watch, that bag, holy shit. Like they got, 30, 50, 100 grand on them right there. And you're like, success. You could tell.
Yeah.
You know their market, you know what they do. They tell you how long they've been in the business. They tell you what, and then you ask them something like innocuous, right? Like, oh, what do you do that makes you successful? And they say something really dumb. Like they'll say something yeah, open houses. I love open houses. Or they'll say something really off the wall like, oh, my husband, my wife, oh, my kid's soccer team. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, tell me. Like, I want to hear.
No, like tell me the truth. Like what's the secret?
But I mean, they're so giving.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest part about it. I find that when we're local, everybody's very transactional. Like we're here, we're going to have a networking event. I'm going to meet you. I'm going to get your business card. We're going to move on. But nobody's really
agree with that.
giving. And it is cool because you meet somebody that says like, oh, my kid's soccer team. You're like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, well, last year I sold 7 houses for my kid's soccer team. You're like, what? And then it turns out it's not like, 14 4-year-olds running around. It's like they were in the 4-year-old group and now they're in the 7-year-old group. And then you've gotten to know the 10-year-old group too. And then all these people that you've connected to and you can bring value and you start to like think about things in a different way. And it's really cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mykala, your turn.
My biggest takeaway was a mindset.
Fuck. We don't curse on this podcast, but that's a mindset fuck. It's not a curse.
You said that so
Or you could have said shift.
Well, that's what she was
mindset
trying to go
shift.
after. That's why I
Shift.
jumped in.
Not that word, shift.
I mean,
I really like this quote that they put on the big screen. Your mindset is what you say to yourself, about yourself, others, and the circumstances. I feel like I never really thought about it that way.
what does that mean?
Whatever you're telling yourself, it can mean so many things.
Yeah.
I feel like it's how you interpret it. For me, I feel like it showed me how my inner dialogue mindset is not good. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's so mean.
It's not.
But like, what about...
Or it wasn't. I feel like it's much better now.
One line can change everything, right? But your mindset is what you tell yourself about yourself
Yeah.
and others.
I was going to say, like, the whole negative self-talk thing is something people talk
Yeah.
about a lot. But I also think that, like, what it says, what you say about others is
Yeah.
also a reflection of you. Because if you're always talking shit about others, then, like, what does that really say about you and what
You're
you're
a
doing
shitty
as a
person.
person?
Yeah.
You know what I think of
You know?
when I see this? What I think of is like you go out to the bar and you're out with your friends and your friends are like, oh, what's your problem? And you're like, nothing, I'm fine. But secretly, like inside, you're sitting there like judging everyone else. Like, ew, what would that girl? I wouldn't talk to that person. Oh my God, right? Like secretly, you're talking to yourself. Your mindset is created by what you're telling yourself about others. It's crazy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, if you ask me that question at the bar, I'm just gonna.
You're going
I'm just
off.
gonna spill it.
Yikes.
I don't care. I just met you 5 minutes ago. Let me tell you the
my
tea.
God.
Let me tell you everything.
I'm about it. Unless you're a cop from San Diego.
I don't know any of those. Was it San Diego?
No, it wasn't in Anaheim.
No, it was
Guys,
San
I don't know
Diego.
what
San Diego. It was
La, la,
San
la.
Diego. Marissa has no idea
now
what
we know
we're
your
talking about.
karaoke song. Don't be shy. Anyway, Christian, what was your big takeaway?
Yeah, Christian.
I-
Wait, Mike, did you just skip yourself?
I don't even have my book, and now I'm like, I have to think about it.
Wait, well, what
I have to
was
think
it?
about
Yeah,
it.
Christian.
My biggest takeaway was a couple of things.
Ooh, I got it.
The visualization that we had was probably one of the most like, I don't know, life-changing, but also like eye-opening things that I've ever done. And like a lot of things in my life I haven't been able to like paint the picture for. And when I first got into real estate, I didn't really have direction, but like that helped me build the direction I want to go. And then this was like the next step of like, oh, this is what I want to be. This is who I am. This is what my life looks like, 5-10 years later down the line. And it was just really cool to meet that person, have a true, real conversation with that person. And it was, honestly, I've said it before, but like what I would imagine psychedelic drug is like.
You like shook hands and like dabbed an old man.
I mean, literally like walked up to this person. I would be standing at that door right there, just meeting them, talking to them.
I second it.
It was so
You and
unreal.
I
It was,
feel like it hit us really hard.
yeah, it was
Meanwhile,
so.
I'm sitting next to you guys. and
well,
I'm just like,
let's break down,
and
right?
I
So
I
the
opened
visioning
my eyes,
section,
I was sobbing.
right? Like the visioning section was a period where Tom has gone through a lot, and he has been trained by a lot of people with a lot of different sort of, I don't know the right word, but we're going to say like communication. I don't know the right word. I'm not going to break it down.
Are you trying to talk about like what that type of?
But that was a moment where he took the whole room.
How many people? You
Turn
think 5,
the lights
6,000?
down. Yeah, I think it
It
was
was
somewhere just
5,500.
shy of
Wow.
6. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Turn the lights down, dim the music, got some like real background going, and he walked you through almost like a hypnosis, almost like a yoga meditation.
Yeah.
And
Craziest
just sitting
thing I
there, like if you really like close your eyes, you have this opportunity to explore with someone leading your meditation.
yeah.
It's really wild. And meanwhile, I'm in the room and I go like this.
I
Yeah, you're
know.
playing
Okay,
around.
I did that because I'm also one of those people, but I was easily able to pull myself back, and that was the weirdest thing ever.
I don't like
For me.
take anything away from it. I just know how impactful it can be. And it's impactful for me, and I don't even have that moment that you had.
Yeah.
It's so cool to hear about that. So how are you going to replicate it?
Just replicate it, or do you mean like how am I going to get there?
Both.
Um,
Because like
I don't know.
if
I think my mindset and like the way that I kind of came out of it is a little shifted, and I kind of know what the ultimate goal is that I have in mind, and as long as I keep doing the things to get there, I'll be okay.
If you
And there-
were in the room for Tim Grover, you would have known that if you don't continue to chase it and continue to vision it and continue to chase it and continue to vision it, you'll end up getting someplace that you regret.
No, I-
That
Right?
was
So you
what,
have to move the needle forward.
Yeah.
So you have to do the visioning again and again and again.
Can you send us to
The Monday morning
No.
podcast that we were watching this morning.
Yeah.
He talked about it a little bit, and he said that like I was in the shower, but this is basically the consensus that I got from it was that every time he felt like he was like falling off track or like off the wagon, to keep himself resilient, he just kept thinking about the 20-year version of himself.
Yeah.
And like what would the 20-year version of himself like do,
Yeah.
say, act. How
So
would
like
that be?
I stress you to do this on a regular basis, right? So Christian saw this at one time, and I want to go back and do it again, but I was trying to find ways to recreate these kind of experiences that I was having, right? Tom Ferry is a fantastic coach, walked us through this amazing, I'm going to call it guided meditation. And then I've been to Tony Robbins and had great experiences. I've gone on, trips and experiences where I've gone to a destination to go through this kind of same guided visioning, if you will, in different methodologies and different means and different ways. And one of the things became true of like, who are you and who do you want to be? And so I started writing down in my bathroom wall, like, I am whatever. And so if I was like that day, it would be like, I am inspirational. And so on my shower wall, on the wall where the shower came out, I literally had a crayon, and every day I would write like a different thing. And
I love that. My mom would whoop my ass if I did.
I used to do that with like my mirror in the bathroom, or like
you
in my.
You can use a dry erase marker on a mirror.
Yeah, and then
you can use anything on a mirror. You can use makeup.
I had another mirror in like my bedroom.
Why not?
Because then I can never get it off.
Yes, you can.
Sharpie?
Yeah. Hand sanitizer.
Really?
100%. Virtually anything. Sharpie marker, hand sanitizer, gone.
I'm intrigued. Can we try that later?
If we had a Sharpie marker and hand sanitizer, I'd do it right here.
I'd say the other thing.
I'm trying.
I'm not trying to do it on the drywall.
Exactly.
The other thing that was a big takeaway, and it's something that I think hit home, is the getting ready is a myth.
Yeah,
You suck.
I have
You start, you suck, you figure out, you get better.
There was a lot of that. Like, we were just diagnosing this today.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like start, suck, figure it out. Ready, shoot, aim.
Well, it was really interesting because there was a Theo Von podcast that really hit home, and it's the same thing. He's like, he's always waiting for his life to get in a certain position before he starts blank, or like before he does this project, before he does X, Y, and Z. And it's like, if you wait for all these things to get perfect, you'll never be in a perfect position to do these things.
I'm fucking shutting Christian down. He's not. This is like.
Hasn't he been looking for a home to buy himself for the last year and a half?
Nope, you're off.
You're off.
You're mic'd.
You're done.
Bro, this is the pot calling the kettle black over here.
I've never heard that saying. I don't know what that means.
have.
What?
Yikes.
Does that surprise y'all?
What rock have you been living?
Strawberry cows.
It's under the
strawberry cows. This dude literally thought there were strawberry cows.
I don't even know where you got that from. I'm pretty sure y'all made that up.
It wasn't my makeup. It was
I
Liv's.
was there for that conversation.
But
I don't remember that at all.
So
I remember that.
The piece about Summit right now, where I was committed. Like, I would have bet money it was going to be 100% about AI and marketing with AI
to a certain
and building
degree,
with AI. It was nothing about AI. Nothing.
It had some
The second
AI.
day was about AI.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good content, but
no.
wasn't the like.
The first day was about AI. The second day was more emotional.
Yeah.
Right.
Which also, like, I feel like this is also a summit where typically I come back with a huge reset, like clean slate, like feel so refreshed. This one I didn't feel as refreshed and like had a good reset, but still kind of coming back into like grind mode. Like, okay, I got to kick it up. I got to work a little bit harder. I know what I need to change. But before, it always felt like I can breathe and then jump right back in. This was like, shit, you go from summit and you don't really have that breather moment. You're just back into the swing.
Which is super cool because that's what we need right now. Like right now with everything, one of the biggest takeaways, and I talked about it on the live stream, but was the CEO of Realtor.com talking about toggling between renting and buying. Like that hit me. I don't understand why, but that word toggle, like
I feel like I do that in my life.
Was this like
I feel like all of us do.
Marissa, was this your first time going to an event like this, like in real estate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first time that I'd gone, I felt like very overwhelmed. Like Mike, Liv, and John, I think had all gone at that point, and I didn't really know what to expect. Never been to something like this. Just seen the videos of Mike jumping up in the air, dancing, whatever, you know, and like them going crazy. So then like I was thinking about all these things that I wanted to like try and do or get accomplished or get out of it. And I think this is one where I could go in there kind of open-minded, like not have like a very, very specific thing or get overwhelmed by everything going on and really kind of like take in what was going on. I could grab this, I could grab that and like apply it to myself without being overwhelmed with everything else that was being talked about.
I did not feel overwhelmed at
Really?
all. And I think it's because I'm in like the state of my life where I don't want to be by myself. And so I was just surrounded by people nonstop all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you. And,
this is needed.
And I loved it, like surrounded by like 5,000 people. Like, yes, I'm like just aura farming everywhere. I just love it.
Yo,
I loved it.
That I'm not gonna lie, that might be the best word for what you did.
Yeah.
I agree.
You
She's
were
deepening
a
the lore.
glider. Like you were just moving around, and when anyone pulled you one way, you were like, "Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Even have
explore.
someone
Let's
follow
have
you around
fun."
with like a scroll and start writing everything down that you're doing. You know.
I look at the opportunity to be at Summit as the most impactful thing that has ever happened in my life. Like I'm a very if I say that I'm gonna go, like I'm gonna go. So I remember my first coaching call, my coach was like, "You're gonna go to Summit," and I was like, "I don't have money for that. Like, no." And he's like, "All right, fine, I'll let you off the hook," because it was like a month later, right? But you're gonna go to this next event, and I went, "Yeah, I'm gonna go." And he's like, "Okay." And a month later, he's like, "Did you book your ticket?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I booked the ticket. The event was free, right? So I booked the ticket." He's like, "Have you booked your flight?" And I'm like, No. I'll figure it out." And it was in Atlanta. And he's like, "Okay, well, have you gotten your hotel room?" And I'm like, No. I didn't have the money, but I committed to going. And so I ended up, long story short, I ended up driving from Baltimore to Atlanta, which is like 11 and a half hours, but that's how like committed I was, right? So I drive to Atlanta, I get an Airbnb, and this was like my first time ever in an Airbnb, and I was room sharing or like whatever. I had a room in someone's house, and this woman's like sitting on the couch watching TV. She's like, "There's bananas on the table," and I'm like, "I'm just here to like sleep." You know, like it was very odd to me, and I didn't, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I went to the event. I committed to being there. I got there. I showed up. I was all ready to go. And I meet this woman, Glenda.
Oh, shit.
So I meet Glenda. And she's like, "Oh, sugar, you should come to my like networking thing." And I was like, "Okay." Right? So I went to this networking thing. And Glenda was so nice that she paid for food and drinks. And I was like, thank God, because I was poor. Right? And it literally catapulted. But it comes full circle, right? Because from that point forward, I told my coach, "Yeah, I'm not going to miss the summit." And so I had 10 months to get to the next summit. And I've never missed one. But what it's created for me is now 10 years later, 11 years later, whatever it is, I sat next to Glenda for 3 days in a row. And it was really cool to like see that whole experience come full circle. And not only did I sit next to her, but I was in the front row, in the right section with the right people. And none of that would have ever been able to happen
literally on
if
the
not
big
for
screen.
that, like, that's true.
I was telling Christian while we were there, I like leaned into Christian. I was like, because you were like up front on the front row, and I had already thought about it. I was like, how long until Mike's on the stage? How long until Mike is like literally from front row?
Yo,
from
Tom Ferry.
From back.
Tom Ferry.
Are you listening?
From the back
right?
row to the middle row to the front row. And then next year he'll be on the stage.
We're
on stage
talking,
one day.
I was in the back row.
Yeah,
in
that's what I'm
Atlanta.
saying. You're like progressively.
I was in
Was
the
Summit
back
in
row.
Atlanta, or is that a different
No,
event?
it was a sales edge, and long time ago we used to do a sales edge. I think they're kind of coming back with it, which is super exciting to see Matthew Ferry and all the other sales trainers, because I think that's something that's really missing. But no, I was in the back row, and I remember I got my workbook, stealing your book, and back then the workbook was like a Mad Lib. You guys know what Mad Libs are, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
Of
making
course,
sure.
of
You never
course.
know.
When I was in
So
kindergarten.
you turn the page, and it says, "Hi, my name is blank," right? And you fill in your name. And so literally the sales trainer's like, "Okay, you're going to write your name right there." And then the next line is going to be, "I work with blank." And you go, "Oh, XYZ company. I was calling about the home for sale at 123 Banana Lane." And then you're literally reading this script book. That was, I don't know. I'm just standing there going like, "Hi, my name is Mike Frank. I work with real estate," right? Like, and the woman that I was role playing with, she goes, "You're really good at this." And I was like, maybe I don't belong in the back row.
Yeah, you know that game like that you play as a kid, red light, green light.
Yeah.
That's you at Tom Ferry. Every time Tom Ferry comes
Every
around,
time.
you're just like closer.
He somehow is like inching his
in,
way up.
in that event, the first day I met Glenda, the next day I was farther forward.
I would
Yeah,
like to
us
take some
too.
credit for
Us
you
too.
being by Glenda the whole time, because if she didn't call me by the wrong name, I'm literally the elevator. The elevator door opens up, and she's like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long."
Well,
Like,
it's your fault you didn't come to Summit last year.
I've never met her, but she just like thought I looked like somebody, and she's like, "Josh," like, and I'm just like,
You do look like a Josh.
I literally like froze. I'm like,
You're like,
I would have been like,
No.
yeah, hi.
You should have been like, oh my God, Glenda, aren't we going to
If
dinner
Glenda
tonight?
is
Like,
gonna
where are
call
we
me
going?
Josh, my name is now Josh.
Yeah.
You know
was
the
just
funny
shook.
thing about it, right? Like, as I sat there, and I'm not like a starstruck person. So for me, I love Glenda. She's my first friend in real estate. Like, but to sit there and at breaks, people would come over. They'd be like, oh my God, Glenda, hi, how are you? And Glenda's like, yeah, she's so giving.
so
Like, she's
nice. Yeah,
so
she's
willing
so
to,
nice.
give you information and sign whatever, because that's weird.
Also, something that I noticed, like her star theme is very in her brand.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
It's on
She's
the
like a little fairy godmother.
I was just
That's-
about to say that her
Little fairy
aura.
godmother.
I
Her
can't
aura.
explain it, but
From, like-
I feel like she's just like a little
From
fairy.
when
like,
she
oh.
walked up to us, and
Yes.
I was like,
I
Yes,
also
that's
think
exactly what I'm thinking about.
I also
She looks
think
like
that
there's
her
glitter around
fairy,
her.
you know how like the wands, like little
Yeah.
kid wands, they have like the star on the end of them. But you also know how like kids' bikes, they have the tassels on the end.
Yeah.
She has the wand and she uses the tassels to whip the shit out of you. Like Glenda is no bullshit. I just think if you were to work with Glenda, and you guys were talking about Lourdes earlier today, Lourdes is a fucking badass. Like she will whip the shit out of you. And she's no bullshit about it. Because she's like, if you're not cut out to be on my team, it's fine. My team's going to go. The question is, are you going to come?
Yeah, I could tell she was like that when she was up on stage talking.
She's intense. Do you know that Lourdes also has the #1 Zillow sale ever?
Oh, I remember this story. Yeah.
So Zillow sends leads to agents for fees and expenses, whatever. So Lourdes' team is a Zillow Flex team, where they pay a referral fee to Zillow. That's the way it works, by the way, for buyers and sellers out there. If you don't know, if you click a link on Zillow, your agent is paying a referral fee to Zillow. But all the same, so she has the #1 highest sale in Zillow Flex ever. $32 million sale. Came in, made a phone call, showed
Wild.
3 houses, sold a $32 million house.
That's insane.
It's insane. And it wasn't even her.
Never mind.
It was an agent on her team.
Wow.
She built the structure. Agent followed the structure. Client saw the value. Done.
You think we can do that here in Baltimore?
I mean, 32 million? I don't even know if we have a $32 million house.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's a $32
Maybe
million
over in
house
Potomac,
in the MLS.
but-
I don't think there's one in the MLS.
I bet you there is.
There has to be. I think so.
I think
32 million.
In all of Maryland, like our MLS.
All of bright MLS.
I think you're gonna get like
maybe
some DC
max like
or-
27.
No.
27.
I think you're
there-
gonna get some.
What's the number
Potomac.
over 30? Let's start making bets. What are we betting here?
I bet 27.
I want to do
27,000.
29.
Wow. Over 30 for sure. What is the highest? Wait, don't hit enter yet. Let's. What do we think the highest is? Say your.
Highest
You said 27.
29.
Right?
Yeah, but
29.
you're making me question it. You're making me second
What's your
guess
number?
myself.
I probably would have been 27.
Why
I'm gonna-
everybody want to be like me?
Okay, well then you make it easy for me. I'm going 32.
So, shoo!
What is
There's
it?
an Alexandria for 60 million.
Oh my god, I was right about one.
Alexandria.
God.
Yo, there's a $30 million property in Southern Maryland. Christian, let's go.
Let's do it.
What are
That
we
is
doing?
insane.
What part of
That is
Southern
like
Maryland?
a cabin, like
Cecil?
a lodge.
Let me see.
That's not Cecil's.
Oh,
not Southern
just
Maryland.
kidding. That's Northern Maryland, Chesapeake City.
I can't see.
I'll send it to you.
They're like horse farms.
Yeah, that is.
We looked at one horse farm.
Out
Well,
there.
we didn't look.
That was
but
like
we were just
Falston,
messing
right?
around on the
But like,
MLS.
all right, so we've got one on the other side of the Bay Bridge. And
That
we've
was
got
15
4
million,
in
too.
Virginia. We've got 4 in Virginia.
I'm surprised it's in Fairfax. I thought it was going to be more in the Potomac area.
No, we just don't get there. But it's okay.
I
right?
don't know. I feel
So-
like Potomac gets like 15 million.
So
Yeah.
the question becomes, right? What can you learn from someone who's selling a $32 million Zillow lead to sell them one of 3 houses after they make an inquiry? And so, like, the way that I think about Tom Ferry is it's amazing. And I remember I had the opportunity to share a car with Lourdes for 6 hours on a drive from Positano to Pompeii or wherever we were driving to. And Lourdes is a rock star. But I got to tell you, one of the coolest things about Lourdes is that she's like, oh, but tell me what you do. Like, she's not out there like me. There is a moment where Lourdes, I'm like, hey, give me some credit, girl. But you know, she wants to know, like, hey, what are you doing? What's the challenge that you have? If you have a challenge, one of my agents has that challenge. And she's constantly in growth mode, constantly changing. And she's ever giving. Anything you want to do.
What do you think the true difference between someone like Lourdes is and then someone sitting, way far in the back, like, I'll say just getting, no, but like someone who's just getting licensed, like what would you think that?
Me?
Yeah.
I have two very, very clear things.
Okay.
What do you guys think? I'm going to save mine because what are yours?
I want to hear yours.
So mine, personally, the difference between Lourdes Misteris and the person sitting in the back of the room is number one, commitment.
Okay.
And I say that because the person sitting in the back of the room could have been at the front of their section.
Yeah.
Right? Like they gatekeep the Tom Ferry clients and you get all the good seats and the elite people get the better seats and so on and so forth. I get it. But even if you're in the back of the room and you got a ticket for free from your broker, which is most commonly what happens, the difference between Lourdes and that person is the commitment. Because someone that's committed, that got a free ticket, would move up to as far forward as they could.
Yeah.
Right? And the second is just skills. Like, I'm not trying to say that Lourdes is the most amazing skilled person in the world, but I think that some of the most amazing skilled people in the world, and I'm going to throw Jay here a huge bone. One of our mentors, Jay Bond, is a fantastic skill guy. But is he as committed as Lourdes? And the answer is no. I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I love Jay, but Lourdes is another level of committed. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, you could kind of like tell that when she was like up on stage and like how she was kind of like very straight to the point and like, this is what I do. I don't
like
bullshit
no
around. Yeah.
I also like the way that she does it, right? If I can be Lourdes for a second in my like badass white suit, right? Lourdes does this thing where she has the clicker in her hand. So she has the clicker and she stands like this and she goes like this.
She's got like a little move.
Like she's just like boom, boom. Everything is like a salsa dance. She's like, whereas sometimes when you see people on stage, they're like, not as like confident. And that's what I mean. By the way, I'm going to give Jay another shout out. Go back like 8 years. Jay was on stage in a full suit. It was a whole tuxedo. Sorry. It was a whole thing. And he had a swagger about him. But even then, he wasn't as like confident as Lourdes is. Like Lourdes on stage is just like, mindset. I got it. I'm ready. I got you. Anything you need, I'm ready. And then if you catch Lourdes in a moment, she'll be like, well, but what do you think? Like she doesn't let herself get thrown off. And that's wild. She's a boss.
I think it's also about like taking the opportunities and just like saying yes to them. That's something that Leo, our CEO, said one time last year. He was like, the way he got to the top is like he literally just always said yes to everything, even if he had no experience.
This guy right here.
Yeah, well, that's what I was getting at, right? Like where for me, it came full circle. I said yes to taking another step and getting one level closer, not knowing what the VIP really entailed. Like I didn't really know. And I just opened a door that I wasn't yet ready for, but it's been edging closer ever since day one. And so what we've created here at our team is that it's all an amalgamation of all these different things that all these successful people say. And I just go, tell me, what are you doing? Right? A big takeaway for me was Glenda and I were sitting next to each other. We were talking about something. And she goes, oh, yeah, just make it into a thing. Like, what's the system? And I was like, well, but like dinner with friends? Like, what do you mean?
Oh.
And she goes, well, just, 6 at 6 or 8 at 8. It's just that simple. And I was like, what do you? She's like, well, you invite 7 people over and you have 8 people over for dinner at 8 o'clock. And I was like, wow. Like, it's so simple. And we just don't see it because we're like, oh my God, you're amazing. But we don't have the opportunity to actually just go like, you're a down to earth, normal person that's just working the grind as much as we are.
Dude, I love it. I don't think I've met really anybody that was like stuck up, like I'm better.
No, do you remember that one girl in the elevator?
Yeah. I said, not really anybody.
Who was that?
I don't know. This one girl in the elevator.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking about.
I was thinking the girl that we tried to give the Old Bay packet to. And
she was like,
what is this?
Let me ask.
She's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
She have a black lanyard on?
I don't remember.
I don't think she had any lanyard on. It was when we were at the bar afterwards.
It was like,
nobody was wearing the lanyards anymore. I don't
She
think.
might not have even been with the coaching organization.
She might not have.
She was definitely a part. She was definitely an agent.
But that goes back to like,
we asked her if she was an agent. She said yes, and we tried to ask her more questions.
but that goes back to like the committed thing, right?
Yeah.
If somebody handed me something and I was like, "What do you do with this?" and they were like, "Well, you put it on the table and you slice it up and you snort it," I'd be like, "Well, what's the benefit? Like, tell me." You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Snorting Old Bay.
I'm not like.
But it's not even like she was like curious about what
That's
it wasn't
the difference.
that. Yeah.
She just did not care.
She was like, "Why are you talking to me?"
She was like, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And I was like, "Well, damn! Like I was gonna tell you, but now I don't even want to tell you anymore." You know what I mean? Kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but that's not even who I was really.
She never texted me. I gave her my business card.
See, you know what I'm saying?
And I was like, "Here."
And you could have been, somebody. You are somebody. But I'm just saying, like, it's like, who are you?
So,
you know
like,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
there have been so many people that I've met through Tom Ferry, and I don't know if you guys had this experience yet, but I'll tell you, as you gain your confidence, you'll have the opportunity. I know Christian's met some people, but like, I met the guy that sold the Playboy Mansion. I met the owner, not the owner, the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, just because he's there. Like, and they're willing to talk. Like, people aren't weird about it. Tom at one point in time was like in our little area. He's like, I got to make my way back to the stage. And I was like, all right, well then we're walking. He's like, are we taking pictures? I'm like, we're taking pictures and walking. He's like, why? I go, because you said you needed to make your way back to the stage. Let's go. And there's like, 30 photos as we're like talking and walking back to the stage, because they're normal people and they want to share. Like, they want to give you as much as you want to contribute to them.
Not that one girl.
Yeah. Well, that's probably because she's literally just a normal, you know what I'm saying? Like
a normie.
A groupie.
A norm.
But like, people that are successful want you to ask how they got successful, but they don't want you to just ask it in a weird way. Like, they want you to ask it. But also, I think that's probably
that probably plays a role into how they got to where they're at, so they can understand.
Yeah, because they probably asked somebody that was better than them at some point.
Well, I also think, again, go back to where we are, right? When you're in Baltimore and you're at the happy hour and you're like, hey, what do you do? And they're like, oh, I geographic farm the, yacht club near my house, right? They're not going to be as forthcoming because they feel like, oh, all of a sudden they have to
territory thing.
Yeah.
Something like that happened to me one time. I was in Home Goods getting pillows.
What?
I was in home. Listen,
I'm wondering the gatekeeping story that's coming here.
I was in Home Goods getting pillows, right?
Was it for
and
you?
I'm walking around and this lady is like kind of following me a little bit, and she's got a cart and it's empty. She doesn't have anything. She's just like meandering, looking around at stuff, right? And I'm picking up the pillows, and she like touches like something, and she was like, oh, I love this color green. I was like, yeah, me too. I was like, that's such a nice color. She's like, yeah, I have this in my room. Like, I love this color. I was like, yeah, a lot of people use that like sage green in kitchens. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, she's real enthusiastic. I was like, yeah, I'm a realtor, so like I see that all the time. And when I tell you, she went from 100 to 0. She was like,
that's what people do.
That was your first mistake.
And then she literally like walked away because she was a realtor too. So she was like trying to get business from me. And then when she found out I was a realtor, she was like,
it's just like, she
was like, never mind, I don't want to talk to you.
I feel like realtors as a community are just nasty. Like, I don't know.
Imagine lead generating at Home Goods.
I'm in her stomping grounds right now.
Imagine if that's your.
She thinks I'm trying
business.
to.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
She thinks I'm trying to steal her.
Is it okay? But is it any worse than the guy at Starbucks hopping in line?
Bro,
no, that's
I
a good
love
one.
Josh's
that's a
energy.
Good story.
Josh's energy is
but like
tap tap tap.
Is it really?
Hi.
Is it really
yeah,
that?
that's his like.
It is different because Starbucks, you can sit, open your laptop.
Stop it.
But no,
you're not doing that at Home Goods.
Stop
But
it.
there's a reason he was at that specific. He even said
Right.
that specific Starbucks.
Yeah,
like he
did
it.
say
He did it on purpose.
Well, and also remember, like, a big piece of that story that he glazed over. Where's he from?
Wasn't he from California?
I think he was like Anaheim. Like
no,
South
wasn't it?
California
It was like a
area.
rough California area. I don't want to say
San Diego?
No, he was
Jersey.
Boston.
Boston.
Remember, he called his mom. He called his mom and he's like, "Mom, I got the show."
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like he called his mom because his mom lives in Boston, and like South Boston, whatever his thing was. Like I'm a mama's boy. He went from Boston to where he perceived he could get value. Forget Starbucks. Like you're talking about picking the right Starbucks. True. You want to rub shoulders with the people that you want to be around. He wants to be around movie stars. He's going to move to LA. And I don't know, that's not right for everybody. Like I'm a little bit more of like a family guy myself. I want to be close to my family. I like my roots. I like where I live. But, some people just like, bye, because they want to get where they perceive value.
Yeah.
Starbucks is just a metaphor.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that real estate agents in general are scummy. I think that they just, in general, everyone wants something from you. Like, ooh, give me your business. Give me your business. And
there's a lot of ego.
A lot of ego.
Oh,
it's not even just the
another thing we learned at Summit.
Hello.
Another thing we learned at Summit. But, when you're there and when you're with people, there's so many people that are going through the same thing as you. Yeah. And I remember when I was at my first fancy dinner, I went to dinner with these guys. It was my first Summit. And I walked up to a group of guys and they had the lanyard on and they looked like this. And I was like, "Hey, you're a Tom Ferry?" And he's like, "Yeah. What are you doing for dinner?" And I was like, "I don't have any plans." And he's like, "We're going right there." And I was like, "Okay." And I sat on the end of the table, because they had a reservation for X amount of people. I sat on the end of the table. And one of the guys was like, "Hey, that was a really good steak." And I was like, "Dude, there's so much meat left on the bone." They're like, "Oh, yeah, it's great. $20 if you eat it." And I was like, $20? I'm poor. Let's go, right? And that got me an invitation to the next night. And the next night I was at dinner with somebody that was making way more than me. And I was like, "Oh my God." Right?
Yeah.
But as it turned out, my life progressed in a different way. And I bought a house before he did because our market areas are different. But in my head, I was like, "Holy shit, you're so much more successful." We're all on a different path. But just putting yourself in the room where people are willing to share and give and help and grow. And I'm sure that those guys recognized that I was poor and they were like $20. And I was like, bet. I probably could have gotten 100, but wasn't that good at negotiation back then.
There's definitely a lot of things I learned that I would do differently next year.
What would you do differently next year?
To start, I wouldn't drink as much.
Boo!
There it is.
I was
There it
waiting for
is.
someone to
God
do that.
damn it. Okay.
I
I don't like that. Start over.
agree, but I'm curious why.
I mean, do I need to explain? I missed the whole keynote speaker
I do agree with that.
because I was hungover and I went to bed way too late. So little things like that, I'm fine with a drink or two.
I'm going to challenge you a little bit.
Okay.
Keep your idea. Don't drink. Love that. Drink less. Fine. Don't care. Mm-hmm. But there's another side of it that I'm like, ugh, right? Like I'm also out drinking, partying with everybody else. Maybe I had one less drink. Maybe I was a little bit more tame. Maybe I was a little bit more prepared. But in the morning, I got to get up. I got to go.
That's what I want to.
My ego, I got to get there.
That's what I want.
And I will tell you, this was the best summit that I've ever had because I was in the room from start to finish. And then I was in that networking happy hour. And then I was in the lunches. And then I was in the afternoon meetings. And I was going from dinner to dinner so that I could network with more people. Mm-hmm. Like that woman, Thu.
Oh, yeah.
I met her at a dinner when I was only there for 45 minutes.
It was a good example. She was asking me about our CRM. And I was like, you want to know about...
I was like, aren't you selling 30 units a year yourself?
I was like, girl, I'll show you all about follow-up balls. I'm just I'm just so in the know. But but no, everybody was just so cool.
What would you do differently next year?
Drink more. I'm just kidding. No,
this
I don't
escalated
think,
real fast.
I don't think
Two
that's
types
even.
of people in
I
this
don't
world.
even think that's even possible, to be honest with you.
I would agree with that.
Christian, what was yours?
I don't know. I really enjoyed this one because I wasn't so overwhelmed. I would love to try and be a little bit more, I don't know.
Overwhelmed next time?
More overwhelmed? No, I don't want to be more overwhelmed. I would probably say the same, similar to drinking, just you hyping up the one speaker and we weren't able to make it.
Oh, yeah. What the hell?
Is a little
Yeah,
That's
Tim
more
Grover's
of
a beast.
Being,
But,
taking
still
care
mad
of
at
yourself
myself
and being
for that.
prepared.
But I don't know,
Yes,
every...
I need to, yeah.
So my big takeaway kind of culminates with all of the things that you're saying, which is like, okay, so if I've gotten over if I go out drinking, then I don't get up the next morning.
Can I say what word I think you're going to say?
Sure.
Commitment.
No.
Oh.
But if I've gotten over that, and I've gotten to the point where I'm more intentional, and I've gotten to the point where I'm drinking more and still engaging, right? Like all the things, my big takeaway was like, shit, somebody else has to be in charge of my life. Somebody else needs to be like, Mike, let's go. We're going here now. Yeah. Because the biggest challenge that I had was that once you get to a point, you're like networking and you're talking and you're like, oh my God, I love this person and I want to stay in touch with this person. I want to talk to that person. There's so much opportunity that if you don't have someone that's like, hey, time to eat. It's like wedding day. Honestly, like when I used to work weddings, one of my favorite things was walking up to the bride or the groom and going, hey, what can I get you to drink? And they go like this. I remember there was a girl that drank Guinness. And I was like, you drink Guinness? And she's like, I'm Irish. And I went, bet. But she's like standing there like talking to Auntie Anne and like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da and like empty-handed. I'm like, what can I get you to drink? Like, I'm doing nothing. And she goes, a Guinness. And then later, I'm like, hey, it's time to sit down and eat. Like, I don't care if you eat a hot dog, but you need to eat. It's your wedding day. You need to eat. You need to keep going. I need somebody to do that for me. I need somebody to go, hey, we're going this place at this time, doing this thing.
Liv will be there.
Well, right. But it was so deep that I remember you guys went to take a nap on the second day, first day of summer.
Guys?
You guys.
We did not do that.
No, we took a nap after Tom
did
Ferry.
not do that.
I
did not nap at all.
Oh, well, the plan was to nap, but
the plan was to nap. We
Every
ended up going
time
to Terry Black's. Remember?
No.
That was that day.
You're after the whole
No.
Terry Black's.
Terry Black's was the third.
Are you talking about
Terry Black's
after
was
the
the
event?
same day that we
After
went to
the summit, day one.
Gillies.
You mean where the
What did we
networking
do
thing was after?
Correct.
Yeah.
And you
The
guys
day
took a
of
nap.
Gillies
Yep.
for
Oh, I didn't know. I
That was
worked.
Terry Black's, but that was the
And I'm almost certain
second
Mykala
last
did as
day.
well.
I didn't nap at all. I did not nap at all. That's all I know.
No.
I'm telling you right now, I did not get a chance to nap. I would have loved to, but I didn't get
It was when there was like a networking thing up the escalator and we all went back and basically worked.
That was when that...
Oh, yeah.
That was the
napped.
kickoff. That was one of the kickoff parties.
Yeah, for like 2 hours from
you
5
said
to 7.
we weren't going, so I didn't think we were going to go. I didn't get to nap then because I was submitting an offer.
All I know is like when I had the opportunity to go to those events, those like little things in between, it changed the whole outcome. What's in the room is great, but if you're not there and deep and going farther, and what I have experienced, and I experienced this summit as well, is like big organizations, big teams, brokerages come with their 20, 30 people. This is what I experienced at Mega Camp. Is they come with their 20, 30 people, and then their 20, 30 people only do things with them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, that's fun. But like, you don't get to meet the random people that are in random industries that you don't know. You don't get to meet the random people that work for Tom Ferry behind the scenes. Like one of my favorite moments is when I walked up to Tom Ferry's wife, not at Summit, at another event, but I walked up to his wife and I just said, hey, I know that everybody is over there talking to your husband right now. I don't really care to do that, but I wanted to just say thank you. Like all the sacrifices that you make and the opportunity that you give for us, putting your lives on parade 24/7.
Yeah.
You guys give up so much to give us so little. Like we need it and it means a lot to me. Aww. And there's a lot of people in this ecosystem that are like at the VIP table that one was like, oh, you know, my team leader. It's like, bro, you're not even the person that paid for you to be here. Like go away. Right? Yeah. Like your team leader paid for you to be here and you have the ignorance to talk to somebody the way that you do. I don't even want to get to know you. Yeah. Ironically, then I found out who his team leader was and I was like, I love that guy. Why do you have this jerk on your team? Right? But for the people that are going deeper and like trying to like claw out the value and like meet different people and talk to different people, it's so funny to me because you get people like Tom Tizak, who you know, from Hawaii. You guys didn't get a chance to meet him, but he was there. He got there late. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was coming.
He got there late. I saw him on day 2, I think. But someone from Baltimore was like, all I want to do is meet Tom Tizak. And I was like, how do you know Tom Tizak? How does that person even like come into your network, right? He's in Hawaii. He sells luxury homes. He's older. Not knocking John. I love him, right? But how do you know him?
I feel like it's the same like with you and Tina, how you mentioned that during Fast Forward movement.
But at least Tina's like local. She's aggressive. She's on social media. Like Tom's like an old dude that sells luxury homes in Hawaii. But you want to meet him? Sure. Let's go meet him. Come on. I'll go introduce you.
I think like the premise for me was just like seizing the moment and every opportunity. And I feel like I feel like socially I did really well with that. But I feel like when it came to like the conference of it all, like I hope that next year I have the mindset to be like not chicken enough. I mean, not chicken and like get up there and like ask a question. Like when I saw that I forgot who it was, but there was a girl who
hear this? We have a question asker over here.
There was a
Remember
girl,
that.
There was a girl who went up there. A girl? Right. Yeah, it was a girl. She went up there and she wasn't even licensed.
Yeah,
I was like, good for you. That's ballsy.
That happens a lot.
I love that.
Well, Tom said if she passed her real estate license on the first try, he was going to give her like $1,000.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. $1,000 bet. And she bet him.
She did. She
like
shook his hand.
She owes him $1,000.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
If she doesn't pass on her first
Correct.
try. Yeah.
But the cool thing is that he is genuine about it. Like he has in the past, like, hey, my team in the back has $1,000 for whatever her name is. Like, come up here right now. I want to know, did you do XYZ? Like, and if the answer is yes, he gives him $1,000. Like he's super genuine. And it's been.
Wait, so he writes it down and then remembers it for next year?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. So it's not like
his assistant, and the
I was
assistant
wondering
got
how
her information.
How he reaches back
He
out.
made a $10,000 bet with a 19-year-old girl a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And then Summit year later, he's like, hey, I think her name is Maddie. And he goes, Maddie, up to the stage. And like, obviously he knows what happened. But like, Maddie, did you do X, Y, Z? And what was the outcome? And what happened here? And what happened there? What happened, whatever. And she like told everybody. And he's like, I owe you 10 grand.
I
Envelope,
would
10
love
grand.
to bet Tom.
That's crazy.
I would love to bet
What would you
Tom,
bet
but
him?
I don't know. But if I lost, best believe I'm ghosting. Best believe he's blocked on everything.
So the difference between Lourdes and the person in the back of the room is the commitment.
Yeah, exactly.
And so in order for you to get where you want to go, you got to elevate that commitment.
I'm telling you, if he bets me $10,000, I'm winning that bet because I don't got.
What? Okay.
I don't even believe you. What would you bet?
I don't know what I would bet. Like what I.
He's not going to make it easy on you.
I know. So like,
I'd make it easy on you.
Like
what are we going to bet?
Why is my microphone going like this?
Stop breaking it.
I'm not breaking it.
Stop touching.
What if you had 30 listings by the end of next year? Look, see, you see how quick she.
By the end of next year?
I'm gonna be paying for Zillow, and I'm gonna have to.
There's nothing to pay for on Zillow anymore.
Well, what?
There's nothing there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm paying somebody for some listings, and I'm just gonna have to take out a loan, I guess.
I will pay you $500 to give me a listing.
I'm not owing $10,000 to anybody. I already have a car payment. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing it.
I mean, I wouldn't before, but I would today.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I would for sure. I would bet you $10,000 on anything you want to bet.
But I think that's the thing. Like, you could bet $10,000. I think the pressure of it all is like I cannot bet $10,000. So I need to win.
So
this.
one of the biggest takeaways, and I want to close on this because we're getting long, but one of the biggest takeaways for me from this summit was Tim Grover, where he said, when you're put in a pressure situation, it's because someone put you there.
Yeah.
And so like whether it's $10,000 comes easy or hard for anybody, you never know, right? It's different for everyone. I have a weird relationship with money. So like I have $10,000 in a shoebox, right? Like if you want it, anybody.
Which shoebox?
I'll give it to you.
What does it look like?
We'll
You're going to
go
give me the
search his
shoebox?
But like,
Liv, write this down.
but like, I'm the type of person that like in the wall on the second, joist bay, like there's $100,000 in the joist bay in the wall.
That's what boomers used to do.
Right? Like,
so you're like that one client that you had that didn't have a bank account?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Danny and I are friends, right? Like, but the point is like, I have a weird relationship with money, but it doesn't change the fact that like my commitment to other people is strong. And if somebody says, hey, I'm willing to do this, I'm like, let's go. That's where this came from.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like it all comes full circle, but I didn't have money to pay for this. That's why I bet her. And I bet her, I think $1,500.
And I love a challenge.
So what's the challenge that you're going to do? Because if you're in a pressure situation, it's because someone believed in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you. What's the challenge that you're going to take?
What do you believe in me to do, though? That's the question.
I mean,
there's so many different things that you could bet.
Christian said 30 listings. I would even say 30 transactions.
30 transactions.
Yeah.
But I would say that you couldn't do 30 transactions. I would pay you 50 grand.
If I could do 30 transactions, you pay me 50. And if I don't, I have to pay you 50?
5?
I pay you 5?
Sure.
Are we doing this right now?
I mean, like, do you have the competence to say that I'm going to buckle in and do the work that I need to do? I would make this bet with literally anyone that wants to come and join our team.
Would
30 transactions in the next first? No. What is it? September 8th. So
she has to
September,
the end of
October,
next year.
November, December. So 16 months. 30 transactions. Not Christian. Christian's like, I can do it.
Yeah, right.
You're like,
I'm waiting for Marissa to back down, and I'm jumping in.
Right.
So 16 months?
16 months.
So not a year, more than a year. So
From today until the end of
next
December
year.
2026.
What, a little bit more than 2
30
months?
Correct.
30 transactions? Yeah. Yeah, I'll bet you.
$5 grand to 50 grand.
Yes. Fuck yeah. You know what?
Shake on it.
I don't.
Are you sure?
Just know she's ghosting if she loses.
she's
All
gonna
right.
ghost. We
I will
already
quit
know
the
ghost
team.
before the
We're
end of
gonna
the
have to get her
year.
off of the team picture in 16 months if she doesn't win it.
But like, I would make that bet
at
with
the Christmas
almost
party,
anyone.
I'd be like, I really love you guys. Like,
I'm out.
it's really been so great on this.
So much fun.
I would make that bet with like almost anyone. Anyone that wants to come onto our team and say, hey, look, in the next 16 months, I'm going to do 30 transactions. And I'll say, okay, bet. Do 30 transactions. You'll be a part of the team. You'll get paid the way that you get paid. And then I'll give you a bonus 50 grand because it's like a win-win to me. If you end up selling 20 and you pay me 5 grand, cool. But you sold 20.
Fuck yeah.
Right? Like, do you know how big that is?
That's big.
Like 20 is such a big number for 99% of America. And if you sell 35, well, then we're going to King's Dominion on you. Remember, Christian?
Okay. I've never been to
Isn't
King's
it
Dominion.
41?
Well,
I get it.
oh my God, where's the womp womp womp?
What's something?
Jesus.
What's something like King's Dominion that's like fun too?
Cedar
not a-
Point.
Hershey Park.
Cedar
I love
Point.
Hershey Park. Are you shitting on Hershey Park right now?
No.
Okay. Have you smelled like?
But
it just
have you
smells
smelled-
Have you smelled
What?
Hershey Park? Is that what you're about
It
to say?
smells like chocolate in Hershey Park.
I've never.
Yeah, but the way you said it, it
The
sounded
way
like
you
it was
said
a
it,
bad
It's just
thing.
so
Yeah. Have you
nostalgic
smelled it?
and like.
Have you smelled
we should get her a Hershey Park candle.
Anyway, so here's the
Wrap it
thing.
up.
If you guys are trying to grow your business, if you're trying to grow your real estate acumen, there's a lot of ways to do it. But the way we do it is following a leader. And what we do is very collaborative. So I love having all of you guys here. It's a real reward after Summit to come back and be like, everybody in the office, super powerful and pumped. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us today. There is some more information about toggling between renting and buying on our website at frankoliverco.com. If you guys haven't already gone there, shame on you. And you can always follow me on Instagram at michael.frank___. Christian, do you want to give a little sign off over here?
Yeah, you can just find me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead.
You can find me on Instagram at realtor.mykala, MYKALA.
You can find me on Instagram at
YOLO
Marissa
fam.
the Realtor __.
You know, you guys are going to get all
You're
attacked.
unhinged real estate agent.
You know that
Good, I'll attack you back.
NAR is taking away your ability to use Realtor on Instagram.
Wait,
Really?
what?
Mm.
Can I
Is that
use
a
real
serious-
estate?
Conversation for another
Can I
time.
use real estate agent?
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. For more information on the housing market, Real Estate 101, how you can leverage your position in today's market, and so much more, click on the link below. If you like this video or have a burning real estate question you'd like us to answer, leave us a comment and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you again real soon. No.